The journey starts in New Zealand with Stephen Harris, who originally got the idea of game development after he completed a game design course at the Auckland Media Game Design School. He, alongside his brother Chris Harris, went on to found Ninja Kiwi in 2006 and are still the CEOs of the company today. Surprisingly, the first game that they released was not Bloons, nor did they start off naming the company Ninja Kiwi. The company started as Kaiparasoft Ltd, and they used this name until 2012 when Bloons TD Battles Flash was released. According to Stefan, Kaipara is an area in the northern half of New Zealand, and the soft part at the end was added in as a joke. I don't blame them though, as it flows well with most words, so I guess that made it sound more attractive. The first game they made was Cash Sprint, which was a browser game where you raced and competed for weekly cash prizes. It was successful, though the lack of advertising to fund the game forced it to be scrapped after only 4 months. There isn't a lot about this game other than these low-quality screenshots that I've found. You can also buy the website for $5,000 if you want to, but enough waffle. On to the next project. Ah yes, a new website, a new name, and some new games of course, although Bloons was still not in consideration just yet. This started with Stefan's wife, who saw interest in carnival games, and she figured, why don't we have a monkey who shoots darts at balloons in our next game? It was around this time when Mochi Media came into the picture. You probably recognize them more through their Mochi games and Mochi coins, but let's just say Mochi Media played a huge role in Ninja Kiwi's infancy through their Mochi Ads API for ad revenue. 1 year later, in 2008, Mochi Media was sold to Shanda, a multinational investment firm, for $80 million, which at the time was heavily into the online gaming industry. To get an idea on who we're dealing with, this is the same company who developed MapleStory, Ragnarok Online, and Dungeons & Dragons Online, which were quite popular games at the time, mainly in Asian countries. Before I get too far ahead of myself though, it's time. In April 2007, Bloons was released. So this is where it begins. A monkey throwing darts from a platform. Hop Bloons until you reach the target, and then move on to the next stage. Not like the more well-known series adapts this concept, but Bloons Super Monkey and Bloons Pop use it. I'll come back to these later though, but it was a simple, yet quirky and effective concept. It quickly racked up in popularity, reaching 100,000 players daily and 3 million plays in the first week alone. It didn't take long for follow-ups to be released, with the inclusion of Bloons World, a web portal for submitting Bloons levels which could make their way into future player packs, as well as the iconic Bloons Tower Defense that we've all come to know and love. Now this is how most players remember Ninja Kiwi. Released on August 16, 2007, this colossal hit features 5 towers, including 2 upgrades on each tower. Wait, Super Monkey only has 1 because it's epic. Jokes aside, this game is rather straightforward. You can even beat the game with 0-0 dart monkeys only if you wish. Now I see what people mean when they say the 0-0 dart monkey is the answer to anything that seems impossible. Okay, I'm really doing these lame jokes again, aren't I? 2 months later, the second game came out. Now comes with a difficulty modifier, with 1 on each map, a new tower, and road items. Well, there goes that plan. This game also debuts road items, the boomerang thrower, and rainbow balloons. Also, Mr. Super Monkey over here has laser vision now. Cool. Perhaps what is also cool is this game where a monkey is riding on a blimp for dear life, Hot Air Balloon. It's just like that classic helicopter game where you have to stay between the 2 walls above and below you for as long as possible, just reskinned to look more kid appetizing. After all, this is their target audience. Another classic Bloons game is Bloons Pop 3, where you move balloons around in such a way that by doing so you get lines matching 3 or more. Chains give extra points, and there are some power-ups to help you. Overall, it's a good time killer if you want to binge on some classic Bloons games. In early 2008, Digital Goldfish, a Scottish development company, wanted in. They are the producers of the mobile Ninja Kiwi games, now commonly referred to as Ninja Kiwi Era. although most of the community probably doesn't even know that Ninja Kiwi technically consists of two separate entities. In the US, Bloons became the second most downloaded app on the App Store. They merged with Ninja Kiwi in 2012, serving as extra offices for the company while the main headquarters remains in Auckland, although the relationship has been more distant between the two groups. I'll come back to this later.